What's up, guys? It's your boy Vince Ryder. Welcome back to Vince Skate with Vince. Yeah, that's the name. Okay. Well, it's been a while. It kind of feels like a year since the last time I did this. I don't know. Of course, not talking to the camera kind of always feels like a while. But yeah, welcome back. Where I basically just play Skate Tree. And yeah, I know what you're saying. Oh my god, I know that game. Jeez. Oh my god. Look, this is the only kind of skate game I can ever afford. All right. If I had like any good systems or the money of it, then I would, be playing the recent skate games like Scare XL. I know what that game is. And also, Session, which is people would say like, oh, since there's no Skate 4, we got Session at least, or maybe they say that with other games. And of course, yeah, if only I had Tony Hawk Pro Skater. If I do have like a PS4, it's gonna be sad that when the PS5 comes out, can you imagine if I just, couldn't like afford any of it, any of the PlayStation systems? This is like the only, recent PlayStation like console that I basically have is obviously my PS3 as I'm playing this on the PS3. So yeah, look, it's not that old. I don't really feel like this game is somewhat old. I kind of do wish they kind of updated a little bit when it comes to the clothing. As you can see, my boy with Nikes and also just a t-shirt. But yeah, I wish they actually, put more like New Balance sneakers on him, like new Nikes, new designs, new parks, new, upgradants. This game still got some charm, I'm telling you right now, but it is what it is. And I do want to address a bunch of stuff as I'm here in this DIY park. Yeah, I pretty much have a list here, and I'm gonna, just basically go down the list of different updates. And pretty much, if you watch the whole video, I'm gonna be showing off my new board. Yep, I got a new board. I finally have a new skate deck that I got out of Blue Tile, and it's cheap. It's 40 bucks, in terms of skate cheap. And skateboard decks and skateboard completes, they ain't cheap, okay? In my opinion, 40 bucks, that ain't cheap. Maybe that's just my frugalness speaking, my sense of like being cheap, or just the fact that, again, I'm poor. But yeah, I also have like a bunch of stuff that I unbox, it just feels like Christmas for some reason, which, good, thank God. I got a new laptop. You would almost think that's a big deal, but I always kind of find that, the skateboard thing is a big deal because I really do need a new board and new shavers for clippers. As I, for those that don't know, I don't really, of course, the barber's not open here where I'm living at, so I gotta cut my own hair. So that's cool. Yeah, so pretty much what I do want to bring up is, yeah, the new Helluva Boss. Some of you were wondering like, oh, where's the new Helluva Boss review or something? Now, keep in mind, that's not what my channel is. My channel is not a freaking like has-been and Helluva Boss channel. I love has-been and I love Helluva Boss wholeheartedly, okay? I guarantee you that. But it doesn't mean my channel is based around that. So I'm going to be talking a little bit of the episode 4 of Cherum. I could have done a reaction. I don't know what it is. I didn't really like the episode much, I'm going to be honest, okay? But, I mean, it's not bad, but I'm going to give you my opinion, so right? And I just didn't feel like it as I was, busy because spring break is coming, which means I got finals. So I was kind of a bit busy. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. Next up, yeah, of course, showing the new board. And also, there might be a return of my boy Stefan to come back to this channel. Of course, I got to ask him permission if you want to do podcasts or whatever. He's totally unaware of what's going on in the channel ever since my other channel, got taken down. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting return, and hopefully my real ones know who he is. And yeah, pretty much, hopefully more people will actually come back if he does come back, because that will be spontaneously, interesting. Next up, yeah, also I'm gonna talk about like a couple of recording projects that I'm up to, or at least that's what I call them. I'm gonna be remaking episodes of Down to Earth and Asian Demon Queen, and just a bunch of bangers that were bangers in my channel, were big deals in my channel. So that's gonna be coming up soon. And yeah, also I want to address this one episode, the one video that I actually put out there. I'm not sure if I am gonna put it out, depends, but that's what I'm gonna be pretty much talking about this video that and it's pretty much goes, it's more, I wouldn't say personal, but it's more like something about the way I do my reads and the way I operate in my channel. And it's also a good reason why I've been editing a lot of my videos. And for those that don't know, if you could tell, if you were here, back in my other channel, and compared to this channel, you may notice that if you, were subscribed to that channel, RIP the other channel, that, damn it, that the videos, the reads that I did in the past were not edited. They were not slick. They were not the best reads, in my opinion, okay? So I kind of been trying to, I guess, perfect my reads. And even though they're not really still the best to me, I still try to make an effort to actually edit them and try to really put only the good parts in one of my scenes as I'm reading the webtoons. So, and also there's going to be still doing a lot of webtoon reads. I'm really thinking of coming back to fantasy, because I used to do a lot of fantasy webtoons. It's mostly been romance webtoons, but I figured that, you know what, I kind of feel like I have to do that, okay? Now, usually, you don't see a lot of guys really doing, like, fantasy romance kind of content at all. I could be the typical, like, anime reactor and just react to action, Tower of God or, God of High School. But that's not what I want to be, honestly. I'm gonna be honest. Like, nah, because there's an audience that I choose to be with and that I participate in, that I, want to entertain. And that pretty much summons the, the romance, audience, and also the LGBTQ audience, as I'm part of. So that's gotta be, just that's kind of like a reason why also I did, do a lot of romance. And there's even a very more personal reason why I do romance in the first place. And I'm not sure if I'm ready to share that, but you probably already know what it is. If you know me in person, you probably know what it is, and you might understand why it's like still questionable if I should share that. But yeah, that's just coming in the future. So let's go to another park. There's been a lot of no DLC parks. I don't know why they call that. But let me see if I can make this video at least a little shorter, because, I mean, I like them long, but also there's been some weird kind of technicalities. Let me just show you this real quick. And weird kind of like bugs surrounding my recorder as I'm recording. As you can see, I'm recording raw, and there's been some strange, like as I was recording myself doing my board setup, there's been these like different delays or different cuts. So I don't know what's going on with my phone. Maybe it's near rest, maybe it needs an update. Here we are. Look at this. This place is like my favorite right now. It's a no DLC park, and there's different rails and stuff. It's not vert as it is, not skate park at all. But I love this park. I mean, not park, but I love this creation of a city area. I really do, And pretty much I don't really play a lot of those in this game. So it's good to see one here. Look at the setup, the banks, the Euro gaps, the rails. Very well detailed, if I do say myself. But yeah, let's talk about the news or whatever's going on there. I'm not a news channel, but I do like to address at least something going out there, because it just seems like every week it's crazier and crazier and crazier. Like, what is happening? So yeah, pretty much this whole like there's been this movement, and it's a movement that I'm related to, because, well, it has to do with me, I guess. It's interesting, me being Blasian, it's which is black and Asian. It's funny how there's these different kind of rights, which I'm very happy about, but also I'm looking at it like, whoa, this is it's almost like it's speaking to me. I feel like every year or every time as life goes on, a lot of things seem to speak to me. I guess like the Black Lives Matter, the Pride Parade, and how the whole pronouns thing. Something that I kind of was wishing for, I guess, when I was like younger, or maybe something close to that. Especially when it comes to Black Lives Matter, I also kind of wish that a long time ago. Now we're here, and here it comes, the Asian Lives Matter. Stop Asian hate. So hashtag Stop Asian hate. Shout out to all the ones that are supporting this movement. and hopefully they use it in a more positive light. Hopefully it's not, you know, crazy and going bonkers, because there's just different people going here and there. And I try not to get political on my channel at all, but I like to discuss, you know, a couple of things addressing like some of these movements and stuff like that, you know. But you know, who am I? And me being Asian, I kind of do feel like, yeah, hashtag stop Asian hate. I do not want to see my family, or at least half of my family, getting hated on. I do want to see them hurt, because there's been that going on about like older like elders, Asian elders, that has been abused, some of them knocked out for no reason. And so I don't know what it is. I don't know what movement is making that happen. And it's almost like all race that is not Asian that is making that happen. And it seems kind of scary. So yeah, it's as this is going on, I kind of do want to see it more like, you know, to stop, you know, stop Asian hate more in a positive light. And there's been a lot of communities, a lot of people, a lot of big, you know, names that has been addressing this movement and supporting it, you know, especially with Webtoon, and also Funimation, which makes sense because, you know, anime is a Asian, you know, cultural culture almost, and also significance to their like to Asians. You know, if it wasn't, you know, for Asians, there wouldn't be anime, video games, and you know, the list goes on. So, you know, big ups to them for actually supporting it. I guess other bigger names that I can't put my finger on that has been talking about this movement big time. So that's interesting. Other than that, moving on. So I do want to talk about at least some of one of my favorite shows coming. I did watch some of a couple of reactions here and there. Still following up on Ruby, and still going on with the season 8. My goodness, I'm just very interested to see what happens to Ironwood. And also, a lot of people have been talking about like pretty much Marvel, and I know Marvel is, you know, pretty much popping, but a lot of people have been talking about the Snyder's cut, and I personally haven't seen it. I think I seen a little bit of it. I kind of maybe get it, but man, a lot of people are just talking about it. It's a 4-hour movie. That's large. Like, I'm not sure how to get the whole thing, but okay, that's cool. And what else? Also, Ladybug. Yeah, I've been also watching here and there a little bit of Ladybug, and I've been actually catching up on Ladybug Shanghai, which is going to come up. I really thought they were going to make another season for Ladybug Miraculous. You know, that's the animation that I'm talking about. Pretty much, I think at one point, my channel was planning to actually become a Ladybug channel, but of course that wouldn't feel right, at least to me. I don't know. I just really like the show, so I just, you know, watch it the way I wanted to. And also, ending off a couple of animations. Yeah, Webtoon have their another ambassadors list, and I'm trying to think to myself, like, where am I? My goodness, I really need to get on that. They made another, it's like they're speaking to me like, hey Vince, your name's not in here. What's up? What's good? I'm like, okay, okay, I know what you're trying to do here. Am I ready? Am I ready to be a Webtoon ambassador? I do want to work with them. I really do. I feel like I could make amazing collabs with them. One of them being a skateboard deck with Webtoon on it. With different Webtoons on it, my goodness, we will pop off. It will be cool. Like the first ever skater to be sponsored by Webtoon. I would love to be sponsored by Nike and, you know, DGK, Santa Cruz boards, and even CCS, since I got a board from there. But yeah, I would love to be sponsored by Webtoon. I mean, that's basically what I'm trying to do, because a lot of my content is all about Webtoon, and you should know. I mean, most people sub to me because of that. But yeah, I do want to talk about Helluva Boss, because I did say in the beginning that I want to review it and share my opinions of the episode, I guess. I don't know. Listen, I really don't think the episode's bad, but there's just a couple of moments where I'm just like a little grotesque, because I have terrible gag reflexes, let me tell you. And as I was watching this, it was just a couple of scenes that I didn't really care about, but I also, I guess, like the, you know, not like, I don't know, there's not a lot of characters I really cared, except the deer in the end, which is interesting character choice. But I still follow up with Helluva Boss. Like, it's one of the biggest top animations out there on YouTube, but I'm still waiting for Has-Been. I'm still waiting for Has-Been Hotel. I'm still waiting for, you know, I just want to see more of, you know, what's going on with the production of Has-Been. I think they talked about it a little bit because just a couple of hours ago, Vivzy did a live stream with the Has-Been, I mean, no, not the Has-Been, with the Helluva Boss cast. But we're still waiting for Has-Been. As a lot of comments were talking about it. Of course, you know, it was good to see, like, the panel for, like, Helluva Boss, the voice actor for Vinz, and also Mox was in there. The voice for Blitz was in there as well, and it seems to be, like, he's good friends with Viv. And Viv kind of planned this out a while. Like, there's a lot of things I learned about the panel. I think they do a signing later on, which is like a signing of different, like, individuals that are, you know, part of this project. There's also, like, a lot of people that are, like, sharing their stories about how they come to be like a voice, and also the voice actor for Vinz or Mox. God, I can't think of his name for a moment. I apologize, but he kind of is a teacher for voice actors. He basically plants seeds to, you know, and God, I don't know. My analogy just got screwed up there. I am so sorry. But he directed and helped a lot of these voice actors to get where they're at and teach them. Like, he's like a teacher for voice acting, if I'm correct. But yeah, it was good to see this panel. Very long and, you know, well done. It just seems like, you know, whatever, like, Vivzy makes is magic for some reason. Like, it's just out there right now, and, you know, so many people love it. So yeah, I'm still, you know, of course, the Cherub episode, it wasn't bad. I really liked it. I would say that, you know, I didn't, you know, I pretty much, it took me a while to actually, you know, really, you know, I guess get familiar with. And I don't know about you, but a lot of people said this, that they didn't really find the Cherubs kind of, like, likable, especially for me. And I also heard from Vivzy that she kind of voiced one of the Cherubs, so that was cool. And we got actually a little bit here and there about the Cherubs, but it just didn't seem, you know, a lot for us to really analyze. At least for me, a lot of people analyze the crap out of Helluva Boss, just like any other whatever, like, Vivzy Pop shows. But yeah, their reviews are better than mine. I guarantee you. As you can see, I'm struggling to really talk about it because there's just not much. It was just like a regular episode. It's not the best, but it's also not bad, you know. And I didn't really care much about Loop-D or the old man character. Well, actually, maybe just a little bit. He's kind of funny though. But I mean, I don't know about the circus, like, scammer, the like guy that happens to have almost like almost the same voice as Alistair in a way. You know, I can almost hear it. But he was kind of interesting. The way he said, like, I'm very desperate, you know, like something like that. It wasn't funny, but it was also, it's the little niches that I can't really point out that actually makes me really like the characters. And I really do like the different, like, dressings of whatever the disguises that the imps wear, like with Blitz and Mox with drag clothing, and also Mox as well with the furry clothing as well. It was good to see Luna. That was nice. So yeah, that's what I basically think of it. It's not really the top tier, like, you know, review. And you know, reasons why I don't like it much is very, I guess, vague if you would, you know, see this, but it's okay. It's okay. That's why I didn't put out a review, because there's really not much for me to add. I was really planning to react to it. I was planning to, but I remember waking up and I was like, you know, I'm gonna watch this later, but I could have just, you know, reacted. If I actually did make the effort to react to it and stuff like that, I probably could have gone, you know, get more views and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know, I mean, yeah, but still, like, I don't know what it is. I really don't know. I'm trying to find what it is that I like I try to wonder, like, what happened at that day that made me not motivated to actually make a video of it. But I don't know. You know, anyone's guess is better than mine. So next up, pretty much since I'm done talking about Cherub episode 4 of Helluva Boss, I still feel like the last one was better with Verosica. I mean, that one's top tier right there, especially seeing text and all that. I really do dig that. Okay, so moving on, we're about to check out another park. Hopefully something that is more easygoing. Oh, this one was from the last episode, the Bottom Escape Park from the last skate with Vinz, and we're going here. Yeah, let's go check this out now. Well, his skate. Okay, so let's get into the skate cast where I talk about skateboard videos or what I've been watching that is skate related. Speaking of skate related, it's time to show you my new deck. I don't know when the board setup is gonna come out, but this is what it looks like. Little something to show you, not the whole thing, not the back, but you gotta have to watch the board setup to actually find out which is coming soon. But that's my board right there. That is a CCS board. That's my grip tape job. It's not the best, but I guarantee you, no one says I am. So, I mean, I tried my best. It was my first time setting up a board. That's why this is sort of like a big deal. As I skated a lot of boards, during my time, and this is the first time that I ever set one up. Usually, I would go to a skate shop and have them set up, or at least, back in the day, my parents, they would, give it to the skate shop and they would set it up, or sometimes they would set it up themselves, and of course that didn't do well because they don't know how to set up a board. I don't expect them to, but yeah, that's kind of like my first ever build. Sometimes I get them complete, but this is the first one that is like a deck. I went to the mall, bought some mob grip, and I set up myself. A couple of bumper stickers, and basically you gotta see the whole thing unfold or basically build as I, pretty much put wheels in it and trucks and whatever it is that I need to put on it to actually have a good setup. And I really do like this board. I was actually carpet boarding a little bit with it. It was pretty nice, I didn't expect a board like this large to actually, and it kind of feels like large, at least to me. Usually I ride small boards because you do more tricks with them and it's more portable. But this one happens to be just the right size, right, how, perfectly shaped, I would say. And I'm just so excited to actually skate it. So yeah, that's something that's be coming up, and it's all like 40 bucks, I think. And yeah, setup video coming soon. So yeah, I just watched the 9 Club interview of Aaron Jaws Hamaki. I think that's his name. Yeah, the last name. I probably screwed it up, but I watched the interview, just a little bit of it. I did not know that he's a professional Tetris player. That's interesting. Of course, he's still a professional skater, as probably a good majority might know him for. I mean, how does a lot of people don't really know him? Because he did say some stories that hey, he was in the like Tetris tournament, and hardly anyone knows him. Like, he was with Tony Hawk, but it makes sense. But yeah, it was a cool interview. He talks about this stair part that he did. It has like 40 stairs, like a billion stairs. It kind of looks like a big batch of stairs. It was like taller than him, like almost like a billion size of stairs that he all laid over in Lyon, France. And he shared that story, and it's pretty hilarious. So do recommend checking out a 9 Club. And also, yeah, I don't know what kind of scares to talk about, but I do have a couple. I have 2 at least. One, in terms of me, you really, talking about them, like, who I've been thinking about and watching is Lucien Clark, and also Heater De Silva. I hope I say that right. I probably messed up the name, but Heater De Silva, a lot, he's pretty much popping out there with a Adidas squad. I believe he's with Adidas. I'm not sure. I'm still questioning what happened to that Adidas part. Like, I swear, Adidas is so confusing sometimes with their like skate parts. They just don't have a lot. Adidas skateboarding do not have a lot of vids. I'm like, what are you doing, Adidas? Like, what's the point even? But it is what it is, and that it's still questionable. Like, why did that part in Adidas? Why is that gone? And it so happens to be in the, that video has been re-uploaded by someone else, by his friends. So it's good to see that again. It's good to see like that, almost like a summer vibe with the video that he made, and how he's like chilling and living life and all that. Also, Lucien Clark, I didn't, as most skaters might know him as like a fashion icon. And I know for a fact that these are Palace boys that I'm talking about. And this guy is from Palace Skateboards. He did ads for like artists like a beer company or something. And he did a ad, of course, with Palace and Adidas collab where he's like a soccer player. So yeah, it was cool to see. His fashion icon itself is doper than his skating, but his skating is dope either way because he's just so smooth and he has a certain style, the way he flicks and how he gets out of a trick. So that was cool to see. Next up, I didn't really see much of Trasher's stuff, Trasher Mag, but I did see a couple. It was one with Magnus Bordwick. It's called the Wanda part, and this one happens to be in Norway. I thought it was in Germany for me. I don't know why. It looks because it had like German rap, I think, but maybe it's Norwegian rap. It hit hard the way, and also I don't know what kind of sneakers he was rocking with. It was some sort of, I'm gonna mention it again, Adidas, even though my skaters were wearing Nike. He was wearing like these like very high top Adidas, like high top Stan Smiths, and they look so cool. So that was dope to see. And what else? Oh yeah, I also checked out the Brute SF, which is a San Francisco squad, Brute, and they did a tour in Miami. So that was dope. Some hard bangers if you're into like hard hip hop within these, or boom bap, I would say, with these different parts. I really do like it. And also another one that happens to be from some other like random advertisements. I've been seeing a lot of these like ghost longboard ads and stuff like that. I'm really trying to like it's mostly like that's what I don't know. For some reason that's in my list of stuff to talk about that is game related. And there's just like these glass boards. I'm trying to think to myself, can anyone do a trick on a glass board? I know you can't, board slide or do much, and these are ghost boards. I don't really think they're for like pro skaters anyways, because a lot of people that skate them are models, and I don't know, anyone else that is just trying to, trying to look good by riding these boards or something. Like, it looks cool. It looks futuristic, but riding a glass board, to me, in a way, is like what? Like, I don't know if would be right. I've seen other skaters do ride glass boards. The Braille squad happens to ride a glass board, doing a glass board challenge or something. And Elliot Sloan, he did a glass board. I think he was the first one to do a glass board in a half pipe. So that was cool. He did a vert skating with a glass board. And I'm not sure where it's from, but it looks kind of really flat almost. But yeah, these are different kind of skaters that did make glass boards. There's probably more. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of ghost longboard ads, at least in my Insta. Next up, oh yeah, I've been checking out this documentary from Vague Skate Mag, and never heard of them, but there was a skater named Lucy Adams, and it was pretty much talking about her, like, happened to be one of the top skaters, or probably the only skaters, and the only woman skaters, like, maybe, it almost feels like it, but she's like one of the top ones from the UK that is, and pretty much sharing her, like, how she sees herself being like a female skater and stuff like that. And it's always cool to really see that perspective from within that, community of, different female skaters that happen are not really like well known or something. And they do make like an impact the same way like, Letitia Buffani did, Lizzie as well. And probably some other top tiers that are up-and-comers, especially this one, this little girl that happens to be a skater from Afghanistan. Hopefully to see her in the Olympics, that would be dope. To see different cultures collided that are, female skaters. That is, we just don't see that much. And it's becoming to be more reality because, of course, the Olympics, and also, I guess just how many girls are just genuinely into skating, But yeah, that's what I've been seeing. This documentary, definitely check it out. It's in Vague Skate Mag and their YouTube channel. Also, I finally watched the Every Meal is a Picnic by George Poulos, and it had a bunch of YouTube skaters in it, like Jack Russo. I don't think John Hale's in there, but also Jason Park is in there. He's known for having like fun, you know, very funny kind of like tricks, and also he's from Hawaii as well. You know, not a lot of skaters from Hawaii. He actually chose out with a lot of Hawaiian skaters, Himana, and also, oh yeah, Chris Chan as well. Not the Chris Chan that you're thinking of, but Chris Chan. There's this other skater named, you know, there's a skater named Chris Chan, and sometimes he gets mixed with the other one. But also, like pretty much the every, I forgot the every meal is a picnic. It was, to me, it wasn't really that top tier. It wasn't good. I don't know. It's not. I'm not very used to seeing skaters wear helmets most of the time, and there was two of them that were dope that wore a helmet. And I'm like, yeah, you know, do you. I think the only one that I really could get used to wearing a helmet mostly is either vert skaters or Andy Anderson. But these were not like the best or something. So I was really hoping that would be like top tier or something. But I guess it was just a fun part. It wasn't maybe too serious or anything. But still, it could have been cool if, you know, it was dope enough to actually see it in the nightclub in their experience. So, and also there's been this thing that Adidas been pushing on, back to Adidas. You know, I could have worn Adidas. My skater is not rocking Nikes. Hello. But I saw the Nora Mate that's been going on. That's been kind of like in the news within the skate community about with Nora Pulia's, I forget the rest of her name, but I know her as Nora. Not Nora from Ruby, but Nora and Mate. From Italy, that happens to do their own sneaker collabs, you know, for International Women's Day. Women skaters, you know, step in the game, and these are the ones that I happen to forget. I apologize. But also, stuff from Free Skate Mag. I saw this documentary with about the skateboard community in Finland, and they were basically talking about the skate park in Helsinki, and talking about the stories, how it's basically been upgraded, how they kept it. And it's crazy how there was literally no one there to actually kick them out or destroy the park or arrest them for not, like, I think there's a law in that in here in America, but in Finland they seem to be pretty chill and they seem to be okay with it. Which I'm like, you know, here in America they wouldn't be cool with it at all. If I set up something like a DIY park or something, like some like a parking lot or whatever, and this happens to be in, I guess, a parking lot, I'm not sure, but I would have to pay a fine or something. But for them, it just seems okay. I'm not sure if they mentioned like them getting paid, but you know, that was cool seeing that, and also their story behind it. And also, yeah, I guess this other skate video, which is called Drive or Be Driven, it's actually a skate park in Switzerland. So there's a little skate park in Switzerland, which is this dope skate area that I've seen with artistic and also sneakers hanging, and also it's a very small pool area, good in transitions and all that. Man, I want to skate that. That's the video that made me want to go skating more than other of these videos, but I could be forgettable of a couple of them because there's still more, especially even like every day there's gonna be batches of more, just like a million skate videos every week. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoy me skating as I'm talking. This is just like a little podcast kind of video, I guess. It's not too serious, but I might be doing something with my boy Stefan, and also yeah, it's gonna be surprising. Also, I guess, yeah, more reads. I'm gonna be remaking a couple of reads, like Down to Earth, you know, episode 1 to episode, you know, whatever it is. And also Asian Demon Queen doing season 1s, and also Kiss Bed, and also these other ones. But I'm still deciding it, because it depends on how I really feel about really making these happen. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. It's your boy, and yeah, peace.